Just close your eyes and let them rest. I know it's hard to fall asleep, but do your best. 'Cause there's a place that I go to when I wanna hide from all the shades of blue.
So out in the front garden here today, I have a whole bunch of hostas that are huge, and I have a new garden space that I want to fill, and I think it's time to divide the hostas. Hi guys, my name is Bonnie. This is Artist in a Garden, and today I'm going to divide up some hostas. They're just starting to peek up through the ground in the spring here, so I can see where they are, and they are huge. We've got huge hostas, well established, and it's time to separate them out. If any of you have hostas in your garden and want to divide them, now is the time to do it. In the spring, when they're just starting to poke up, you can see kind of where they are, and they're quite simple to divide, and they do really well when you transplant them somewhere else. So it's a quick and easy way to fill up a garden space, and that's what I've been looking for. So I need some of these well-established shrubs in this garden at the front moved over to a new side garden that I'm starting to develop and work on. It doesn't get much sun, so the hostas will do well with the part sun, part shade. And I have some other sun-loving plants that I want to use in this front garden. So I have some space out here that's being taken up by some large shrubs, and it is prime, full sun real estate that I'm going to need for things like my dahlias and some delphiniums that I've been growing. So I want to get some of these shrubs that can handle a little more shade into this other garden where I need to fill up some space. So let's get started on that. So here's our front garden. We have some tulips that I've planted, and I've been keeping you updated on all those. We have our first tulip bloom over here on the side. It's kind of a whitey yellow cream color. The hosta that's in the front here, and you can see that it is quite large. So it is going to get divided in half. I'm going to leave half of it here just to keep some of the space the same. Okay, so to divide the hosta, you need a nice sharp shovel or relatively straight shovel, and you're going to just cut straight down into, I'm using the center line kind of this hosta. So you just come in, so you want to go straight in, right down, and make a nice sharp cut into the plant. Get down as deep as you can go with that. And this one's big enough that I'm going to need to do a second cut. Possibly even a third. So I'm just trying to find a natural line in the plant that I can follow. And again, straight down in. And I'll do one more on this edge. So once you have your cut, you just start lifting up. Now this is quite large. I'm going to have to cut this again in half just to be able to better manage it. Okay, so I've got 3 pretty good chunks. This is more of a smaller one, but I've got one. This looks like almost like a claw on here. But I've got 2 really good size of hosta, and let's go over to the other bed and get it ready for these to go in their new location. Okay, so we're gonna head over to this other side garden over here where I need to start filling in this garden space. It's a new space and it's mostly a shade garden over here on this side of the house. This is the west side of our house, so it doesn't get much sun. It does get some morning sun, but I'll show you where I'm going to put these new hostas. So this is the new section of garden out here that I have been working on. I think one of the previous owners of the house used to have this as a garden, and then when we moved in it was just kind of some patchy grass, and then the more I got looking at it I thought that looks like it used to be a garden. So I cleaned up the debris and the old growth that was in there last year, and it definitely was something at some point. The soil was easy to work, and there was a definite outline or configuration over here that it was a garden at some point. So I'm slowly working on getting this garden back to something, and I just need some big plants to fill it up. So we're going to start with some hostas, and I'll get some of those bigger shrubs from the front garden moved out here that will have an instant, space that it'll take up. So let's get these hostas in the ground, and we'll move on to the next.
You see the lilies dance and how they slowly grow. I'm counting years as they go by. Now all the lilies gone and daisies brought to life. 'Cause at times I think of leaving, my mind takes me back to fall, when the snow begins to sing goodnight to all. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry, and your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend, our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale.
Well guys, that's pretty much it for separating and transplanting your hosta. Cut it in half with a nice sharp shovel just when you start to see those spring buds coming up in the hostas. Dig them out, cut them in half, move them to their new location. I'm going to water these in and they should take off and be just fine. Hostas, they'll come back year after year and fill in a large space in your garden. This garden is mostly shade, and hostas do really well in shade. So I'm freeing up some space in my full sun garden in the front, and I'll keep you updated on how this space does back here. But the hostas should be fine, and we'll watch them grow over the season. My name is Bonnie. This is Artist in a Garden. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've ever moved some hostas and how they are doing. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.